Good evening and welcome. You're watching The Big Fight, a show that is young at 23, the oldest running debate show on Indian news television. I'm Sanket Upadhyay. Now, of course, the campaigning in Karnataka has reached fever pitch. There are poll surveys that are being done which speak this way or the other. You can perhaps make up your mind on what opinion you have regarding these surveys. Then there is, of course, political allegations, a punch and a counter punch, which is pretty staple as far as elections are concerned. There are issues of polarizing nature. Then there is Hindu-Muslim. Then there is reservation. All these discourse happened. In fact, the occasional temple hopping has also happened. But last week, post the manifesto release of the Congress party, where the Congress party said that they will or they may ban the Bajrang Dal if voted to power, has led to a whole new dimension or given a whole new dimension to the Karnataka elections. Suddenly the BJP says that this is an insult of Bajrang Bali. And the Prime Minister, no less, who is in full campaign mode in Karnataka, is doing roadshow after roadshow, rally after rally, is beginning his rallies by saying Jai Bajrang Bali. The BJP says that this is a direct insult of Bajrang Bali, the god. The Congress has its own logic to this. In fact, there is a state of confusion also in the Congress where some leaders do not subscribe to this view that this organization should be banned. Can they even do it is another question. But in the poll dynamic of Karnataka, is the election now Bhagwan Bharose, or in this case more specifically, Bajrang Bali Bharose? That's the question that we are asking. Let's introduce our guest this evening. We have with us in the studio Mr. Deshatan Nigam. He's an advocate of the Supreme Court. Shehzad Poonawala is a spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Radhika Kheda is the spokesperson of the Congress Party. Vinod Agnihotri is a senior journalist. We also have Manisha Priyam, political analyst and a researcher in the studio with us. And Sanjay Jha is a political analyst who joins us from Mumbai. Thank you very much. We begin this show with what we call is the first punch, where each of you get 1 minute of time for your opening comments. Shehzad Poonawala, we would like to begin with you. Your time starts now.
Today, Sanket, the Prime Minister and the BJP is only talking about E-Bari Nirdhara, Bahumatada BJP Sarkara, because our double-engine government has delivered 43 lakh toilets, 32 lakh Ujjwala cards, 32 lakh connections of gases, 32 lakhs drinking water connections, 1 crore people get drinking water connection. We have built Bangalore-Mysuru Expressway, we've doubled the number of highways. We have also given 7,000 crore plus for the railways. We've done the Kempegowda International Railway Airport. We have made Karnataka number 3 in startup ecosystem. 40% of the unicorns come from there, and Karnataka is number 1 in FDI, and 7 airports have been built after Prime Minister has come. There were only 2 before. This is what we are talking about. But the Congress, on the other hand, abuses the Prime Minister, calls him poisonous snake, and now it is down to abusing the Hindu faithful as well. They say Jai Bajrang Bali will create dar ka mahol. This has been said by Mr. Rahman Khan. They want to do alliance with SDPI. They want to have open run for conversion and open run for cow slaughter. On one hand, we are talking about Vikas. Congress is down to vote bank, and therefore they will be removed from Karnataka. And Jai Bajrang Bali is a pious slogan. I also, as a Muslim, even though I'm a Muslim, I begin whatever good work I have to do with Jai Shri Ram and Jai Bajrang Bali because they are my cultural icons. So can't Prime Minister start his good work?
Sure, of course. But this suddenly remembering Bajrang Bali, I mean, he does not always begin his speech, but we'll come to that.
Suddenly somebody has said Jai Bajrang Bali, said dar ka mahol.
Okay. So then you agree that this is a political response by the Prime Minister.
Hindus are giving response to all those who are anti-Hindu.
Okay, Radhika Kheda, your opening comments.
While the Prime Minister and his trouble engine Sarkar are busy with their religious bogies, Manipur is burning. No mention of that. The Prime Minister is busy in his Lachhedar bhashans in Karnataka. Nobody's talking about Manipur. Again, and also today, if you have read the newspaper, they're talking about what they've done in Karnataka. Bengaluru, let's start with that. Cognizant is laying off 3,500 of its employees. Is this the employment that they promised? He should have added that to the list that he was reading out. Let me also remind him there are more than 45,000 vacancies in the education department. Why did you not mention those? Why are you not mentioning about the 4,500 crore rupees that you had promised to allocate for scholarships for SC and ST students? They will not mention that, but they want to take everything focusing on religion. And like I said, the troubled Sarkara is trying to derail everything because the questions are being asked. There's a fixed rate card. The Congress has released that rate card of the 40% commission Sarkara, and their own workers have fallen prey to that, and they have ended up committing suicide.
Okay,
You're not bothered about your own. What will you think about the
Sure.
Karnataka
So
people?
it's interesting, and I saw a newspaper ad also of the Congress party. While Shehzad's party says double engine sarkar, you call it trouble engine sarkar. This is a new lingo in the context of Karnataka. But Desh Ratan Nigam, your response.
Sanket, who started all this is an important thing, and why it was started. Because nobody believes in the promises made by the Congress in their manifesto. The two examples I would give it. In 2004, they promised rupees 500 to unemployed graduates. Again brought the same promise in 2009 and subsequently also, but they never implemented. Similarly, some amount was to be given in their own manifesto to the Kisans. Never implemented in 2004 itself or 2009. And the same was actually promised and implemented by BJP in 2014 by the scheme called Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi scheme. So, in order to divert attention of the people, you bring something, you lie to the people that you are going to thinking about banning Bajrang Dal and comparing it to PFI, which the state governments do not even have the power. So blatant lie to the people, and then their own leaders say we can't do it. Realizing that
you made a promise that you cannot even fulfill. Okay.
Because they had a...
So you feel that is the beginning of the politics.
The trust deficit.
And the BJP latching onto it, what would you call that?
See, obviously there will be a response to it. Don't expect there will not be a response in it in politics. And therefore the trust deficit that the Congress has with the people, they're trying to cover it up by diverting the issue.
Okay. Mr. Agnihotri, your opening comment.
Sanket, look at the picture of the Karnataka election as a whole. Not only this manifesto release of the Congress mentioning Bajrang Dal and PFI. Earlier, Rahul Gandhi spoke about the empowerment of the OBCs. Jati Jangarna, caste census. Mallikarjun Kharge wrote a letter to Prime Minister for this caste census. And BJP is trying to blame Rahul Gandhi for Modi surname, that insulting OBC. And this was the narrative. In fact, in Karnataka is a test case for 2024. There are two narratives. One is BJP's Hindutva card, and Congress and opposition, Congress plus other opposition, is social justice. Mandal 3. So look what the results come. If BJP wins, then Hindutva will be main narrative for 2024. If Congress wins, then social justice will be prime narrative for the...
So Karnataka 2023 sets the pace as far as narrative is concerned for 2024. That's the point you're making. Okay.
That is why BJP, Congress has said in this manifesto, I think there was no need to mention name of Bajrang Dal and PFI. This is my view. They should have mentioned only the organizations creating hatred and trying to divide society will be banned or...
By specifically naming?
But naming, they are trying to build another narrative. And while BJP is responding, taking Bajrang Bali, equating Bajrang Bali with Bajrang Dal, is also a narrative of Hindutva. Bajrang Bali has no relation with the Bajrang Dal, like Bajrang Punia has no relation with the Bajrang Bali.
What are you implying? What are you implying?
If Bajrang saying that banning Bajrang Dal or taking action against Bajrang Dal is insult to Bajrang Bali, then a person name is Bajrang Punia is sitting on dharna, is also
insult to Bajrang Bali.
So that's why
I'm going to give you a right to reply, Shehzad.
So I think Bajrang Bali is a very pious. He's a god praised by every Hindu. So I think we should not bring Bajrang Bali in this election.
Okay, I'll give you a right to reply, but after the opening comments are done. Yeah, Ms. Manisha.
So you know, the election started with the Congress raising the issue of 40% Sarkara, very much an anti-incumbency mood, so to say, that was conveyed to us, the issue of corruption, then as pointed out earlier, the caste census, and you had Mallikarjun Kharge meet no other than the other champion of the caste census, Mr. Nitish Kumar. There were reports of a meeting between, or conversations between Devgowda and Mr. Nitish Kumar, and there was Rahul Gandhi himself who was with Mr. Kharge coming up in rallies and speaking the language of Mandal. So it seemed this was a Rahul new version who would be talking the Mandal language, and the Mandalite parties would be at the forefront, and there was a hint of what the future would be like. Now the Congress manifesto comes up, it says Mahila Nidhi, Yuva Nidhi, 3 cylinders, and then the polls come up and say, look, economic issues are at the forefront, but look at where we've come now. Those who said social justice, those who said anti-corruption,
correct,
those who said 40%, those who said 5,000 crores of corruption related property seized in our regime. Prime Minister said, no, what 5,000, we did one. Now we have come back to saying this name versus that. Now what does this mean? The Congress was under pressure to take these 2 names, and the name that we are not taking here, the Mysuru region matters a lot. And the old Nano-Geranian H.D. Devgowda, he had played his cards and he had said, I will go to North Karnataka districts also. He has over 200 candidates fighting. And he said, I will go as much to the temples as I will go to the Dargah. The Congress was seen as not doing enough for the minorities and definitely missing out on the Hindu votes. The Congress then names both these organizations, and it believes that it will also catch the BJP on some foot, because in the Nettaru issue, the BJP workers had been complaining not enough support has been given, and BJP had named the PFI. But what does it become? It becomes now the Prime Minister himself taking on the battle. It's a verbal duel now between the Prime Minister and on the other side, a bunch of people from the Congress. It does seem like a battle of unequals at this point of time.
Sanjay Jha, opening comments.
Sanket, I too believe that the fundamental campaign issue is corruption, and that has already caught the public imagination in Karnataka. I just had a chat with the CEO of a very leading firm from Bangalore, and he almost laughed when he said that the entire issue that's been manufactured on communal lines on this Bajrang Dal controversy is ridiculous. I don't think an average person from Bangalore complains about it at all, because they believe the issues are governance. And if you look at the socio-economic indicators under this current government, is actually Bangalore and Karnataka has regressed. Karnataka has actually gone backwards. In short and simple terms, it is a 40% commission government and 100% communal. And think about it. To equate the Bajrang Dal, which is a religious militant outfit, is people have been involved in Ram Navami communal disturbances some time ago, lynching murders, Gujarat riots, and to equate that with Lord Hanuman, actually the BJP, Narendra Modi, needs to apologize not just to the people of Karnataka, but to the people of India. You do not have a right, just because you're a political party in power, to hijack the sentiments of a true Hindu just because you want to mobilize votes. I think the people of India can see through this extremely true.
Sure. I think you raise a very important point, Mr. Sanjay Jha. I'm going to come back to you in just a short moment. And the point that you mentioned about the track record of Bajrang Dal, I have a list right here and we're going to read them out. At least a few of the cases, because there are plenty on these 3 pages, and this is just the past 20 years and the ones that shot to limelight, not the others. But Shehzad Poonawalla, just a short while back, we heard Mr. Vinod Agnihotri say that if you care about the Bajrang Dal so much that you would equate an insult to Bajrang Dal as an insult to Bajrang Bali, then a Bajrang Punya is also sitting in protest at Jantar Mantar. Why is that not an insult of Bajrang Bali?
Nobody has equated Bajrang Dal with Bajrang Bali. There is a person who's made a statement against Jai Bajrang Bali, but that has been completely ignored, and nobody's sentiments were hurt when somebody said that the Nara you, me, our children, everyone gives daily basis, many times in a day, has been called as a Dar Ka slogan. A slogan that will create fear. No Hindu is offended by it apparently. But now I want to ask that if Bajrang Dal is not equal to Bajrang Bali and Bajrang Punya is also not equal to Bajrang Bali, at least in one way or the other, and this is in a lighter vein, he has equated Bajrang Dal and Bajrang Punya. So I will leave it at that. I don't think that this is the real issue. The real issue is now that what are we talking about? As a Pravakta of the BJP, I am proud of the government's work that it has been doing, and I counted 10 things that my government did. She pointed 5 things we have not done, but she did not say one thing that they have done. I'll give you 2 or 3 more statistics. 94,000 crore rupees was given for development in 5 years under UPA. We have given 2,26,000 crore. 7-kilometer metro was built in Bengaluru. We have taken it to 70 kilometers. Now 100 kilometers is coming up. We have given 12,000 crores to farmers of Karnataka, 54 lakh farmers. We have increased the FRP of sugarcane by 10,000 rupees per ton. We have increased MSP of various crops by 50 to 100%. She is not able to tell us whether the Rajasthan promise ke karz maafi karenge, whether it has been fulfilled or not. Now let's come to the point Vinod ji was saying about Samajik Nyaya. This is a very important point. Samajik Nyaya, as far as it is concerned, please tell me that
for our English audience, social justice.
Social justice issue. Now on the social justice issue, we have increased the reservation of SC community, and today is Buddha Purnima, when we are recording this at least. The fact is that we have increased the reservation from 15 to 17%. Is Congress opposing it? We have taken the reservation for ST from 3% to 7%. Is Congress opposing this? We have given the position of the President of India to the most eligible daughter from the Adivasi community. The entire country has voted her to power, to the presidency. Is the Congress party opposing that? So who is working for Samajik Nyaya and who is only trying to give the slogan of Samajik Nyaya? If they were committed to their slogan of Samajik Nyaya, please tell me the SDPI, which is the political wing of PFI, has killed Dalit workers. Where does their Jai Bhim, Jai Meme collaboration go at that time? And if they are so much about only the issues of narratives that they are speaking about, and they are so confident, is it not true that the Congress party has said openly that SDPI should form alliance with us? Is it not true that Mr. MB Patil and G. Parmeshwar has said this? And if Mr. Sanjay Jha has such a problem with Bajrang Dal, he said that they have done so many things, then they have current governments going on in Rajasthan and in Jharkhand. Why not ban it? And will they put it in their national manifesto in 2024 that they will ban Bajrang Dal?
Lots of questions that have been asked. Radhika Kheda, one by one, please.
Yeah. So
first of all, he lists out like a long list of the achievements of the Karnataka government.
I'll tell you the
one
biggest.
last point. One last point.
Just
one last point.
Let me complete your
point.
You get enough time.
Shehzad, I'll circle back to you.
No, she may raise that point. That's why I want to just tell her. The unemployment rate as per CMI data, I don't consider it to be authentic, but CMI data which they consider, 2.5% in Karnataka, 20% plus in Rajasthan for the last 1 year.
And please tell me what is the unemployment rate in Chhattisgarh? You know, you have the entire
so then
data.
you
Please
consider
tell
it proper for Rajasthan and for Karnataka.
That is the problem.
So then why you say highest unemployment in Karnataka?
Abhi to he was giving you a lecture. Big fight. I oppose the word fight. Now why are you screaming? Everybody's talking very aram se over here. No touching. Aram se. दूर से बात करिए. Secondly, ज़्यादा गले मत पड़िए, ठीक है? दूसरी बात.
गले कौन पड़ रहा था संसद में?
Now let's come back to the point.
One by one, please. Let's come back.
Let's have a mature debate. Yeah.
That's why I'm saying have a mature debate. Don't interrupt when the other person is
don't get hyper.
speaking.
Don't lose your blood pressure. Please go ahead and.
पानी पीजिए शहजाद पूनावाला.
Okay, come on.
And I'm going to take as much time. I'm going to take as much time as he took because
please.
If he's going to talk like that, Sanket, I'm sorry, this is
Shehzad,
not the way.
Shehzad, one by one.
He's
You
come
wouldn't
here
have
to
liked
fight
it had someone else
sore
interviewed.
losers.
Yeah.
They know they're losing Karnataka, so this kind of behavior
Yes,
is started.
Ms. Kheda,
Now I
your
will
point.
start here. He has spoken, he's given out a list. Whether it is the Prime Minister, whether it is the Home Minister, Mr. Shah, or it is their spokesperson. Has even one person spoke about burning Manipur? Nobody's talking about Manipur. And it's very sad that nobody's talking about Manipur. While Manipur is burning, the 40% Commission Sarkara's head did a 40-kilometer road show today. Sad. This is what the nation has boiled down to. And here sir was talking about a trust deficit, the promises made by the Congress government. Well, the Prime Minister promised that kisan ki aay dugni kari jayegi. Show me one kisan in the entire regime of the Modi government jiski aay dugni hui thi. I challenge him. He promised, Pradhan Mantri promised 2 crore rozgar har yuva ko milega har saal. Where is that rozgar? He promised that kala dhan वापस आएगा. आ गया? He promised that इतना काला धन आएगा कि हमारे जैसे मिडिल क्लास लोगों के बैंक अकाउंट में 15 लाख रुपए आएंगे. आए क्या? So let's not talk about the trust deficit in here. And he's talking about what is happening in Karnataka. If they had so much to talk about, why did the Prime Minister have to come on record and say कि आप बजरंग बली को याद करके वोट दीजिए? बोलते ना कि हमने इतना काम किया है, I've done so much work. गिनवाते इतनी चीजें जो गिनवाते हैं, he says that 91 गाली मुझे दे दी. Well, he should have talked about 91 things that they've done for Karnataka and asked for vote on that. Why is he invoking Bhagwan ji over there? That's
but
shameful.
Here's the thing, is the BJP the only party that is invoking Bhagwan?
Tell me how
have Congress leaders not visited temples?
So visiting the temple is not a right?
Huh?
Why is there a problem with Congress leaders temples?
Then invoking or remembering God in a speech, is that wrong?
They have a problem ever since from the time, whether if Rahul ji goes to Vaishno Devi, they have a problem. If he goes to Kedarnath, he has a problem. We don't go to Kedarnath and Vaishno Devi with cameras, कि गुफा के अंदर भी कैमरा लगा दे. That's shameful. That is what the Bharatiya Janata Party does.
Radhika Keda, see, the point is that if going to temple is not wrong, then by extension...
आप नहीं जाते, मैं तो रोज सुबह मंदिर जाती हूँ,
एक-
सब जाएंगे.
Of course, people do. But then if people are speaking and if they are saying Jai Bajrang Bali,
But
right?
equating, like Sir said, equating Bajrang Dal to Bajrang Bali. क्या Bajrang Bali used to go into hotels और लोगों के घर में जाके वहाँ पे युवाओं को, married couples को खींच के लाके मारते थे कि how dare you go out on 14th September or whatever date. It's my choice. It's your choice if I want to go out with anyone.
Okay, let me ask you this,
Also,
Mr.
one
Deshathan
second,
Nigam.
Sanket.
Yeah.
Did Bajrang Bali ever go and spy for Pakistan? That's what the Bajrang Dal does. So equating Bhagwan Shri Hanumanji with Bajrang Dal is the biggest pap that a Hindu can do.
Okay. Mr. Deshathan Nigam, here is a list and I'm only listing a few of the many cases against Bajrang Dal activists.
In the
right?
last 20 years.
In the last,
20 years.
Yeah, I mean the last case according to my list is from 2003. So
20 years.
it's an old list, right?
20 years.
But it includes recent incidents like the 16th of February, an article in Amar Ujala, and we've all covered this extensively, the incident that happened in Bharatpur, right? Then the Telegraph reports on the 9th of April 2023 of an incident that took place during the Ram Navami violence in Bihar Sharif, Bajrang Dal activists involved, right? 5th May 2023, Bhopal. 5 months ago in Narmadapuram. 18th January 2023 in Indore.
No need to read 30.
31st December 2021. No, just to make my point.
I take your point. There are 30 cases in last 20 years. Let's
the ones that have come to light. There are many more. And you're aware of how notorious representatives of the Bajrang Dal have been. And yet when politically you equate what is being done by the functionaries of Bajrang Dal with the deity, do you think that this is a sound political move? That's what I want to
see.
ask.
Sanket, let me answer. Bajrang Dal was created during Ram Janmabhoomi movement, so that movement can be taken forward with the motto Seva, Suraksha and Sanskar. But I am not defending these people involved in these cases. The courts are there to look into it. The trials going on at various stages.
No, if you allow me, Seva, Suraksha, Sanskar,
And Sanskar.
which means Seva,
Service, safety,
Suraksha,
protection,
safety,
and
Sanskar, culture. Right? On all these three counts, do you think Bajrang Dal stands true?
On the larger picture.
No, one moment. I'm asking him a question.
Are you the court of law against the Bajrang Dal?
Why can't I ask that? No, I'm a journalist asking. I'm a journalist asking three
Then
questions.
by Sanket, by that logic, 30 cases make Bajrang Dal whatever you conceive it to be. Then Congress has convicted people of riots in the anti-Sikh riots. Does it become a party of
talk about
rioters?
I'll ask
Does
her
it
this
become a
question.
party of
Should we talk
rioters?
about
If you're
the
calling
Gujarat
Congress party of rioters, you call Bajrang Dal all those
Let's
things.
talk about the
Call
Gujarat
Bajrang
riots.
Dal all those
All those
things.
rapists who are out on the streets.
I
The
just want
Supreme
to
Court had
ask-
to come in
yes,
between.
That why is the BJP defending the Bajrang Dal?
I'll tell you
Exactly.
that.
Separate entity. I don't
That is
understand.
exactly the
I'll tell
point.
you that. I'll tell you that. The reason is that because if an organization is Raza Academy, the Congress party will fight for it. When the academy says that we are for Aman Ki Asha and it has a peace foundation of Zakir Naik, the Congress party will fight for
I
it.
have the
And
answer
because
for this.
somebody has Bajrang in their name, you delegitimize them. You have a kangaroo court. Please tell me if Bajrang Dal is
Can
so
I tell
bad
you
and
why
30
they are-
cases convicted, why haven't it banned? Why hasn't it been banned in Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan? You ban it. You ban
Can I
it.
tell you
The
why?
PI is a banned organization.
One moment.
Organization
This was a
again.
question for Mr. Deshathan Nigam and then we'll move on. Mr. Deshathan Nigam, just adding to what Ms. Manisha Priyam said, why is the BJP jumping in to defend the Bajrang Dal? And number three, their motto has 3 words. Do you think that the Bajrang Dal stands true to those 3 words?
See, in the larger picture, yes, they stand true to these words. Yes, there may be, issues. The courts will finally decide, and nobody should defend the crimes if it is being committed by Bajrang Dal. There is no doubt about it. And the courts will take it. I am not here to pronounce them guilty at this stage, but let us also not presume that they are guilty. The matters are going on, so I am not going to prejudge the whole issue. So therefore, let me come...
And this rule should be applicable
universally.
Universally.
Yes, there is no doubt about it. Now, let us answer a few things which have been raised out here. The EPFO data, which is the only true indicator of employment rate in India. Yes, we went through a very bad phase during COVID, but we came out of it. And it is about 58% new registrations under EPFO, which means employment is increasing. There are other data also available to that effect. So the graph is on the upswing. Now secondly, when she talked about farmers' income in about 2013 was about 1346 rupees per, I think per month or so. Now in 2019 it was 1846. If COVID had not taken place, it probably would have been doubled. But the upswing is already there. Upswing is already there. Nobody can deny the fact. And thirdly, Karnataka today is best suited to lead the transformation of India into a developed nation. It's the most suited state because of its, placement in the economy, the contribution in the startup that they are giving. So it is on the up, everything is on the upswing. But the fact remains, people talk about 40%. Now, I ask a simple question. Whether a single complaint of 40% corruption has been filed by the Congresses before any appropriate authority, not a single one. So therefore, it is more political rather than, factual.
What about the contractors writing a letter to the Prime Minister?
See, file a case. Let the contractors go before a court or the appropriate authority. Why are they not going? There could be a lot of politics into it. I'm not saying they are wrong or right. There was one case which came out in where the Lokayukta took the action and they had already, seized the rupees and everything. Yesterday, there was a news that Congress candidate's brother had 1 crore or some odd rupees stashed on the tree.
On the tree, yes.
So the trees are also becoming tijoris for the Congressy. So you can understand the kind of corruption or probably the money power is also playing out there.
Okay.
So income tax officials are obviously after them, after anybody who's using money power out there.
Sure.
So today.
Okay, Vinod Agnihotri, I want to come to you and I want to ask a very basic and pertinent question. Assuming that all of this is happening as a function of politics for political gain, to reap political dividends, right? Bajrang Dal, Bajrang Bali, the reference, temple hopping. My simple three-word question is, will it work?
Sanket, tell me one election where BJP has not brought this Hindutva. Tell me one election. Hindutva is the core issue, core ideology and core political weapon for the BJP. That's why ये आना ही था. Before Bajrang Dal, there was a cassette, audio cassette circulating in the social media that Atiq Ahmed, video cassette.
Yeah.
Atiq Ahmed and Imran Pratap Gadi.
Correct.
So, because the politics of polarization is the reality of the Indian politics right now.
But Mr. Agnihotri, is the BJP the only party doing this?
No. Hindutva is only BJP. Other parties doing in the different way. They are going for caste polarization, and BJP is going for communal polarization. That is the difference. Politics of polarization is the reality, and Karnataka is to win. Karnataka is equally important for BJP and Congress both. Because Karnataka is the gateway for Congress in the South India. And for BJP, in South India. And for Congress, Mallikarjun, National President, Kharge is from the Congress party. Rahul Gandhi spent 18 days in Karnataka during his Bharat Jodo Padayatra. So that's why if Mallikarjun Kharge has to prove his leadership,
he's got to win his own state.
Okay.
One correction.
One correction. Sanket, I've been waiting patiently for my opportunity.
He wants to give one correction. Yeah.
The fact I said about the income of farmers, it was in 2013 about 13,000 odd rupees, and 2019 it is 19,000 odd rupees per annum.
Okay.
That is
and had
direction.
COVID not happened, you said it would have gone up.
And it's still on the upswing.
May I now please
Shehzad
interject?
Poonawalla.
You and the entire panel alluded to me that I am defending the Bajrang Dal. Had it stopped at the Bajrang Dal, I wouldn't have. Who invoked Jai Bajrang Bali? It's been almost 2 hours of debating with you. I haven't got a response on what the Congress will do about Rahman Khan. Secondly, I want to ask you, does it stop at organizations related to the sun? Who said Hindu terror? who said saffron terror, who said Krishna ji is teaching jihad, who said Hindu is a bad word. They extend this debate to Hindu and Hindutva. And by the way, Hindutva has been defined by the Supreme Court as a way of life. And therefore, Hindutva is not just the prerogative of the BJP. It is everybody's. But the Congress party equates Hindutva with ISIS and Boko Haram. And just like some people speak up, and I remember Rahul Gandhi met the US ambassador and said, LET is not dangerous. The Hindu groups are more dangerous. If they can speak up for LET, which is a banned, proscribed terror organization prescribed by the United States and United Nations, I can't speak up for a nationalistic organization like Bajrang Dal, which hasn't been proscribed. And if it was so unwholesome, they should have banned it in their states or between 2004 to 14, because all your cases, as per your data, is 2003. One second. Last point. Sanket, I am the only spokesperson, I am the only party which is quoting what we have done as work, and therefore I will tell you 7 model universities, first state to implement NEP, IIT at Dharwad, 1.5 lakh has got tablets, 8,725 crore scholarships. We have given jobs to 55 lakh people, and therefore the unemployment rate is 2.5%, which she is also confirming. And I am asking her only one question. What have you done about the Kisan Karj Maafi in Rajasthan? They will not give any achievements about themselves.
Radhika Kheda, if you have noticed on
There's one line I would like to add, then you go to
Sure.
Because Shahzad has quoted the Rahman Khan's statement, Bajrang Bali. I fully disagree with Rahman Khan's statement. But Hanumanji was brought in the Rajasthan election also in 2018 by Yogi Adityanath when he said that Hanumanji was Dalit. So
I'll respond.
Hanumanji, Shri Ramji, so always every
elections are Bhagwan Bharosa.
Bhagwan Bharosa.
Okay. Radhika Kheda.
You want me to respond?
No, I'll come back to you. But I have to involve other people also. Radhika Kheda.
Rahman Khan pe jawab le.
Radhika Kheda.
Okay,
So he has listed out on 2 or 3 occasions the sort of work that his party has done.
Let's talk about the work.
और कर्नाटक पूरा दंगे से ग्रस्त हो जाए और कर्नाटक पूरा दंगे से ग्रस्त
This is our home minister who is responsible for the security of the country in his election rally in Karnataka exactly 1 week back, telling people, धमकाया जा रहा था एक तरीके से, that if you vote for the Congress, Karnataka पूरा दंगों से ध्वस्त हो जाएगा. And what is happening in Manipur exactly 1 week after that? Manipur is led by them. Northeast Manipur is led by you, na? Not my government. And Pradhan Mantri is silent, Shah Saab is silent, and he is also silent. I've raised this question 3 times over here, sitting on this show. Not once has he spoken about Manipur. Our brothers and sisters are dying. People have been thrown out of their houses. People are being pulled out of their houses the same way the Bajrang Dal does in Karnataka. And Bajrang Dal has created havoc in Karnataka. I will again say, itni mirchi kyun lag rahi hai bhai sahab aap logon ko? And here sir talked about 3 words: सेवा, सुरक्षा and संस्कार. बिल्कुल सेवा हो रही है ISI की, संस्कार ऐसे है, और सुरक्षा किसकी खतरे में है? देश की खतरे में है. And who is defending that Pakistan prem? You say na, why is it supporting Bajrang Dal? That Pakistan prem is there for very long. Pradhan Mantri went to Pakistan without informing the country. He went down, he went for his biryani, गले मिलते हैं, सब कुछ करते हैं. But this is their policy on Pakistan, and here they are saving who? Those have been accused for spying for Pakistan and ISI. And these are not my words. I will repeat again. Mr. Scindia said that the Bharatiya Janata Party in 2017, just before you took him, that the Bharatiya Janata Party is the first ISI certified party in this country.
But Ms. Radhika Kheda, do you feel that on the issue of Bajrang Dal, the Congress is in a state of...
Let me ask I promise you it's an important counter. She quoted Jyotiraditya ji, right? Here is Jagdish Shettar, their newfound love. BJP government is Congress government is most corrupt, and he has said
इनके पास थे तो बहुत अच्छे थे, तब तक निर्मा की धुलाई थी, हमारे पास आ गए दाग बुरे लग गए.
Here is the statement of Jagdish Shettar, and NDTV का report है sir. NDTV report.
I feel sorry for the Bharatiya Janata Party now.
She is saying that this is a classic quintessential washing machine moment.
अरे भाई मैं washing machine, but she's broken machine. Broken machine can't even win their own elections. They have to import people.
Exactly why the Himachal Pradesh, which is the home state of the Bharatiya Janata Party's national president, Mr. Nadda, वहाँ पे अनुराग ठाकुर ने 2 आंसू बहाए, JP नड्डा की सारी मेहनत चली गई.
May I address?
Okay. I have to get Miss Manisha Priyam has been waiting.
You can accuse me of not addressing Manipur. I'm happy to address.
Sure. I'll come back.
I'm just saying that as an analyst, all I can see is that a good election down south of the Vindhyas, where the Modi government was defending at the center a double engine with a good state government that was apparently, according to the BJP, had done a lot of good work and had the caste equations to its side. He is himself a Lingayat. the BJP, whatever said and done, has given tickets to over 50 Lingayats in this distribution. They followed the Gujarat model by changing a lot of incumbent MLAs. Mr. Modi has had a clean slate where he's had his own team, and it was thought there will be a politics of the non-dominant, sans the Vokkaligas and Lingayats. So what started out as a typical Kannada Popuri, now you can see that it's talking about ISI, Manipur, Rajasthan, and this is an election, I can tell you, it will go down to the wire with very, very within Karnataka region specific issues. There have been issues to an extent where the BJP's own Chief Minister, Basavaraj Bommai, has not seen eye to eye with the neighboring Chief Minister supported by the BJP, Eknath Shinde, in border villages of over-development schemes, not over Bajrang Bali. These were over health schemes that were thought of as, treading upon the Kannada identity. So what I can definitely say is that even if we have noise that definitely seems to be even lobbying across the borders of India towards Pakistan, I think in Karnataka itself, there are fairly significant
elections will continue to be on local issues, according to you.
Very significant Kannada style. See, Kannada is a very special state and it will continue to be Kannada style. The only thing that is to be tested is whether the Prime Minister coming in the crucible of this test at this hour is overturning the narrative and treading things towards a government that seems to be laden with a lot of anti-incumbency right now, whether all of this can overturn the image of the current government there. And rather than the double engine, now you can see that the divinity and the Prime Minister together can rescue this current government.
Rescue, you say?
Yes, absolutely. Rescue this current government and the tags that it has and deliver for the BJP with a majority government for the BJP.
I'm going to come back to you.
Majority government for the BJP.
What Prime Minister? It's a lopsided panel. The only thing you can do is be fair with the allocation.
Of course.
Let me just say very fair to you. You see, Sanket, this much time I would have made my point. I don't take much time. I speak on facts.
Go ahead quickly.
Look, I have been quoting only statistics about Karnataka, and since they have very few governments, I'm saying that quote one of your own governments where you have an achievement. One second, let me complete. Or at least count the achievements of 2013 to 18. Instead of that, we are going all over the place. I'll give you one local issue because Madam has been speaking about that, and we are only about the local issues. The Mahadai issue, which is between Karnataka and Goa.
What about Manipur? You promised to talk about Manipur right now.
Sanket, should I speak about Manipur? I'll talk about Manipur also. I'll talk about this one.
Manipur is burning.
Will you give me an opportunity to make my
right now.
But please make your point quickly, Mr.
Which
Sanjay.
one do I make?
Mr.
Should I address her point or her point?
burning.
Which one should I address?
Whichever you want to, but do it quickly.
Okay. Now, first of all, on Manipur, let me satisfy the Congress spokesperson.
No, satisfy the people of Manipur, not me.
See, now, this can't be the pattern. It's a debate on Karnataka. I'm still ready to answer on this.
Which is why you went to Rajasthan, which is why you went everywhere else.
Which is why may be a part-time job.
Which is why the Pradhan Mantri goes to
my time is getting wasted.
Sanket,
I was making a very important point. Because Manisha brought it up. I'm going to stick to her point now. Mahadai is an issue that was troubling the people of Karnataka. We have solved that, and now I want to ask the spokesperson of Congress. This is the statement of Sonia Gandhi ji in 2007. As Congress President, she said, not a drop of water will go to Karnataka. I want to ask the Congress's position on the Mahadai issue. It's a local issue. It's an important issue to people of Karnataka. Please tell me, does she stand with the Congress's position in 2007, where Sonia Gandhi said that the right belongs to the other state? I want to ask Radhika Kheda, is Sonia Gandhi wrong on the Mahadai issue? Local issue, madam? Please answer.
You know, it's very unfortunate.
No, answer about the issue.
Now let us speak, please.
Guंdagardi, that is why they're defending Bajrang Dal. वहाँ पे गुंडागर्दी वो करते हैं, ये लोग debate में करते हैं.
Adjectives I can also use.
हाँ करो.
Adjectives I can use and more sharper ones.
Adjectives were taught to us in class 1. Use them. Utilize what you learnt in school.
Let's please be decent.
Coming back to this.
Mahadai.
Let me speak.
Stand on Mahadai.
The time you speak about Manipur, when you talk about 30% commission, that you take 30% commission that is given and take an act. 30% commission taken by the Mumbai Sarkar. From whom? From the mutts. ये बार-बार बोलते हैं कि हम धर्म के नाम पे why you taking 30% commission from the mutts? Why you taking 50% commission from government jobs? That is open everywhere. Again, I will repeat, for 40% commission, your two own people committed suicide. What have you done for them? खुद के लोगों के लिए घर दूसरों का जलाते हो, खुद के लोगों का तो बात करो. And again, I will speak. Manipur हमारे देश का हिस्सा है. Talk about them. Why is the Prime Minister running away from Manipur? The Prime Minister should have cancelled his 40-kilometer yatra today and spoken about Manipur and been in Delhi and sorted out the issue.
Let's quickly digress a little from Karnataka and speak about Manipur, since it has been raised a number of occasions, and then I go to Mr. Sanjay Jha.
The first set of elections after Rahul Gandhi's famed or defamed Bharat Jodo Yatra was in Northeast. In those states, a party which has no traditional vote bank in Tripura, Nagaland and Meghalaya, the Congress has evaporated. We have come back, and this
Which
scarf,
is why the dangas are there. Thank you.
This scarf also belongs to the Northeast, belongs to the Bodo community. Let me tell you one thing. Of course, there are going to be situations in the Northeast because of the situation and the peculiar position it has, and because of the other forces that are there in various aspects trying to create trouble. But see the history in the last 8 years. The identification of the Northeast was with bums and bund. Today, when the election took place, not a single instance of violence took place. And in fact, today it is the engine of growth for the India, and that there is not only prosperity,
but Shehzad,
there are doubling of highways,
Manipur,
doubling of airports. One second. Now this issue about Manipur. The situation as of today is under control. The statements have come. I've seen NDTV. But the madam spokesperson of Congress party wants to infuse more tension by saying Manipur is burning. Are the people of Manipur not being insulted by this narrative? Manipur is burning. Are the Manipur people rioters? Is she saying Manipur people are rioters, that they're rioting on the streets? The situation is under control. She's saying Manipur is burning. On what statement? I want NDTV to place its reports of today morning. What the statement of the officials is, and then the statement of the Congress.
Of course. So
but
here
on
is
this,
the factual.
I am asking Mahadai. Let's see. Sanket, why are we going to this Mahadai of Karnataka? Is not important.
Why? Manipur is burning, people are dying. That
Then
is not
let's have a
important.
separate half an hour on
Your election
Manipur,
rally,
please.
the Prime Minister's election rally of
Sanket,
40
what is
kilometers
going
is more
on?
important than the people.
Okay,
panelists
I
are
have
on
to
the side.
come in.
Me for
One moment,
loudly.
please. I'll have to outshout the two of you. One moment.
just one
I have to
Shame
go to
on you.
Mr. Sanjay Jha,
Shame on you
waiting
for creating a
patiently.
fake narrative.
No guest from the
Sanket,
studio for the
just
next
one
2-3
line.
minutes. I have to
Sanket,
go to
just
Mr.
one
Sanjay
line.
Jha.
Included or not is another issue.
Mr.
Just
Sanjay
one
Jha.
line.
Mr. Sanjay Jha. Mr. Sanjay Jha. I have to go to him. He's been waiting. Shehzad is waiting patiently. No, please let me conduct this show. Let me conduct this show, please. I'm not going to allow this. Shehzad, no. No, one moment. Shehzad, it cannot.
Debates to talk about issues, important
Manipur is not an issue and it is not important.
Okay,
Thank you. Please put this on replay. You must
Okay,
have.
thank you,
Manipur is not an
thank you,
issue.
Sanjay
Manipur
Jha.
is not an issue for
Sanjay
Mr.
Jha,
Sanjay.
political analyst from Mumbai.
This is just unwholesome.
I so wish you should. One more, Radhika, one moment, please. Miss Kheda, one moment, please. Order, please, order. Order, please. Okay, I will ask her that question. Order. Thank you, Sanjay Jha. It's a pity you are not here in the studio, but what do you yes, okay, fine. I'll get a response.
We are discussing.
I'll get a response from her. I'll get a response from her, but I have to go to Mr. Sanjay Jha. Mr. Jha, we come back to the issue that we are discussing right now. When Bajrang Dal is mentioned, when Bajrang Bali is brought in, do you see this as typical electioneering which is happening? Or is this sign of desperate moves by both political parties?
Sanket, please do not treat me like how the media treats the Northeast simply because I happen to be sitting in a remote location.
I fought for you, Mr. Sanjay Jha.
Okay, now let me try and answer you very succinctly. Number one, please, let's talk about the Karnataka voter, Sanket. I think the BJP has insulted the Karnataka voter over the last 5 years because, all these 40% commission corruption or the hijab, halal and azan politics has not happened just a few weeks ago, right? It's been a sustained campaign over the last 5 years. And I think Mr. Agnihotri nailed it. Can you ever imagine or have you ever seen anything in the past where the BJP has gone to any campaign without actually creating religious hate or communal polarization? Point number one. But let me tell you, the Karnataka voter is an enlightened voter. He will not allow his state or she will not allow her state to become what you saw in Prayagraj in Uttar Pradesh some time back. The Jungle Raj, live television shootouts going on, encounter Raj, that's not going to be allowed in Karnataka. The voter is extremely savvy. And let me tell you, while a lot of people look at Karnataka from the Bengaluru lens, there is a large rural belt in Karnataka where I think they have felt the heat of the very aggressive economic policies of this government that have been skewed and have not been actually resulting in fair redistribution of India's resources. And they are the ones who are going to vote the BJP out principally. Point number three, Amit Shah, I think, that is a point that somebody else made in the program before, I think, Radhika. If India's home minister makes a statement which has communal conflagration written all over it, what can you expect from the BJP? And I say this wearing a bipartisan. I can't imagine any home minister in our entire parliamentary history trying to garner votes by splitting our own society. He's got a complaint against him, by the way, lodged by the Congress. Point number 3, look at the Prime Minister. He went as if we are a religious theocracy. He was trying to kind of motivate a crowd into this Bajrang Bali, kind of chants. But this man does not have the courage or the character to speak on the restless protest going on in Delhi, which insults not just the Olympic champions, but the women of Karnataka. You think the women of Karnataka are not seeing the shame that is being done by the BJP on the women of this country? I mean, I kind of can't imagine, because all of us on the panel have mothers for sure, then we may have sisters and daughters. Is this the kind of public discourse we should have in India, where the Prime Minister has an extraordinary silence on an issue that has become international? And let's talk about Adani. I will bring Adani here on your program, because Bengaluru, I have friends, by the way, Sanket, who are entrepreneurs from the IT sector. You know something? They are self-made people. They are not people who have grown on government largesse and large contracts and land and airports. When you see this kind of crony capitalism in this country, I mean, it is an insult to the entrepreneurial talent of this country, which is there in Karnataka. And my last and final point, let me tell you, Sanket, I'm a student of political history. The BJP always uses the Bajrang Dal, the VHP, and the RSS foot soldiers. They are not just the BJP. It is a large political umbrella. It is bigger than any political party in the world, because they have people working at various levels. So Bajrang Dal will make a communally poisonous statement. The BJP will say, well, we never said it. RSS will make something very vitriolic. The BJP will say, we never said it. And I think this, handling of the political chemistry that, we are as pure as running water, which you're not, by the way, but the others are the ones who are fringe, has now completely been exposed to the Indian politics.
Okay, quick right to reply, Shehzad, and then Mr. Deshatnik.
Both the official and the suspended spokespersons of the Congress have had something else suspended in logic, and therefore none of them have answered a fundamental issue, the position of the Congress on the Madai issue. It's a local issue. Manisha rightly brought it up. She deserves to know our positions. They have avoided and
Would you want to know the answer?
No,
I'll ask her right now.
At that time. At that time. Secondly, on Adani issue, let's address this issue. Adani reflects a sense of entrepreneurial spirit in this country. If they have a problem with it, they should kick Adani out of Rajasthan and from Chhattisgarh and order probes and ensure that Sharad Pawar, their ally yet, doesn't meet Adani. Or else they should stop bad-mouthing a group. And I am saying this on record. In Karnataka, this is the entrepreneurial spirit that has been unleashed. When the #1 state in unicorns and startups is Karnataka, they are abusing entrepreneurial talent of Karnataka by saying this. Thirdly, on women, Ankita Datta ka naam suna hai aapne? She comes from the great state of Assam, northeast. She made a complaint against one rowdy. They kicked her out. They are talking about women's rights. Fourthly, Amit Shah's riot statements. Amit Shah ji has said exactly right statement. Who gave the riots of Ahmedabad, Jalgaon, Delhi, the massacre in Mumbai, the massacres that took place, Hashimpura, Meerut, Malyana, and in Mumbai riots, it was their Uddhav Sena and his Swargiya father. They used to accuse today, they are sitting in the laps of the same Uddhav Sena, and I have data for you. 2008 to 13, UPA 2, total number of riots, 3621. That data, 2920 between 2014 to 18. On riots, Mr. Amit Shah is right. When you vote for Congress, you vote for those who stand with terror. When you vote for Congress, you stand with those who vote for. Who
okay, let me ask Ms. Radhika Kheda a question, because you've raised this on a number of occasions.
And on Jai Shri Ram, on Bajrang Bali, is a dar ka slogan. No answer.
Okay, Radhika Kheda, on many occasions and a lot of times is repeated for your response on the Mahadai issue, where the Congress party in the past has allegedly taken a position that this is not Karnataka's right, not a drop of water. How would you respond?
See, the Prime Minister just finished his 100th Mann Ki Baat. And Bilkis Bano is still waiting to hear from the Prime Minister, is still waiting to hear from Smriti Irani. The wrestlers who are sitting, like Sanjay Jha ji said, they are still waiting to hear from the Prime Minister. The people of Manipur are still waiting for Prime Minister's Man Ki Baat. Everybody is waiting. Even that chahe Kathua rape case tha, chahe anything that happened in Uttar Pradesh, all the rape cases are still waiting. Those women are still, those who are died, unki families wait kar rahe. Everybody is waiting. There's been an eerie silence on the part of the Prime Minister, on the part of the Home Minister, on the part of the Women and Child Development Minister, Ms. Smriti Irani.
But you didn't answer his question.
It's sad. Yeah, so why should I answer? When they are not answering the questions of the people, I should answer this man. A man who has no credibility. Pehle he was in right, then he was center, now he's in left. Matlab he decide, what is
Personal
his
attacks.
a personal attack, of course.
Chalo, karo,
First you tell us what is your vichardhara.
I'll answer, please.
You could say that an official and unofficial spokesperson
This
of
way
the
I don't
Congress
need
party.
anyone else. Only the two of you can do the big
My main
answer.
thing is the people of Manipur are waiting.
No.
The wrestler daughters are waiting.
Okay.
Bilkis Bano is waiting.
Okay.
We are waiting for a
Desh
reply.
Ratan Nigam, I have the last 5 minutes
Mahadai
now.
has not been answered.
Desh Ratan
Underline.
Nigam, yes.
Manipur and Bilkis Bano and the wrestlers are not
Okay,
important.
you have not
Please tell
answered
us,
each other's
like for the
questions.
Pradhan-
Gujarat has
I have a
answered
show-
Bilkis Banu.
I have a
So
show.
you
Gujarat
think-
has answered.
I have a
so
show
you
to
think
conduct.
he because rapists garlanding them was right.
You made this
Thank
an issue in
you.
Gujarat.
Please
You
show
made this an issue in
See,
Gujarat.
we will
Other
make
people of
this an
Gujarat
issue
know.
even today.
Now she's abusing
We
Gujarat.
will make this an
Now
issue
she's
even
abusing
today.
Gujarat
The women
also.
of Gujarat.
Take note.
So,
Gujarati people have answered.
Desh Ratan Nigam.
shameful man who lies through his teeth.
Please. Order.
Mahadai got
Desh Ratan Nigam. Desh Ratan Nigam, you wanted to come in. Please, carry on.
Sanket, in fact, if you look at the manifesto of the Congress, which actually brought out this entire issue of, Bajrang Dal and obviously an appropriate response from the other side, that manifesto itself is a recipe for disaster for the Congress. Because first, on the basis of promises, redundant promises, because which they do not keep, or you go to the Himachal style where you increase the petrol prices by 3 to 4 rupees, or you increase the electricity per unit charges by 86 paisa to 1 rupee in Himachal, because you promise so much, but ultimately you try to take it from the people's pocket, ordinary person's pocket. So that is one aspect. Then the appeasement politics, I'll quote something, how the Congress uses Muslims as merely a vote bank. That I'll quote about Padma Shri Shah Rashid Ahmed Qureshi. And he says, he's a talented person, no doubt, and he's got Padma Shri. And what he said, UPA I was expecting the Padma Shri, but nothing happened, and I wasn't even expecting in BJP's government, but Prime Minister proved me wrong. This sums up the entire appeasement politics of the Congress. And when it comes from a person like Qadri, you tend to believe it because he's a neutral person. He's a skillful artist. And that reflects the entire, the ideology of the Congress, which tries to only, raise Bajrang Dal, try to make Muslims happy, and try to take them on your side, then leave them in the lurch.
Okay.
This is what they do.
Okay. No, I have
30
time.
seconds to
I have
what he
time
said.
only. I have 1
Only
minute
30
time. I have to
seconds,
give it.
Sanket.
I have
I
to
got
give the
less
last
time
word
than
to Ms.
Shehzad.
Manisha
Just
Priyam.
30 seconds.
Ms. Manisha Priyam, you made a very interesting point where you said that the local issues will dominate yet again in the minds of the people when they go to vote in a state like Karnataka. So all this surround sound that we hear, do you think it is not significant? It's not
So
working.
even
Then why is
for
it happening?
Even for when the Congress has placed this, after giving all the economic largesse, the Nidhi to the Mahila and the Yuva and the gas cylinders and the Kisan, now coming up with this has meant that the Congress was forced to address the non-agrarian Devegowda and the Mysuru region. So it was local regional politics. The Congress had to refer to identity politics. Madam Priyanka Gandhi ji is also visiting temples of the Vijayanagar Empire. So all of this is rampant there. They played the cards, but the Prime Minister plays this card better. Remember, the Prime Minister is there as a politician, as somebody who's campaigning for his party, and he will leave no stone unturned. So the Congress started this, and
The
now
BJP will
let them
finish it.
Absolutely. Last 3 days, this whole momentum for the Prime Minister. In the Mysuru rally, for example, the Prime Minister was a development man. He was almost, reincarnating the myth of the Visheshwaraya and the development man in Mysuru. But you put this in the manifesto, the Prime Minister picks it up, the next 3 days are his, he's setting the pitch, you're only playing second ball now. So had the Congress decided to stay left of center, had the Congress decided to play second fiddle to Mandalite parties as it started with, then I think it would have been on the course that it had started with. But somewhere along the way, it had to respond to non-agrarian Devegowda, who's going to be very, very important here.
Okay.
So let's see how it unfurls. It will unfurl through prisms of region, through prisms of caste, but above all, Kannadiga politics like none other before.
Okay. Last word, please. 10 seconds.
Actually, what I see, Karnataka, I agree with Manisha ji's lot of points. Karnataka, Congress is trying to build Karnataka election narrative on the local issues. While BJP is always taking the national issues, the image of Prime Minister, popularity of the Prime Ministers, work done by the central government, union government. Shahzad ji has told a lot of achievements.
Yeah.
They are all work done by the central government, union government. So this election is, again I say, is going to become another Himachal Pradesh election, local versus national.
Okay.
10 seconds. Just
You know why?
let me just say.
Sure.
Karnataka election is a fusion of both national issues and local issues.
That all elections are.
And therefore, it's not simply local issues. And the schemes of the both central and state governments have touched almost every family in
Here
Karnataka.
is the thing, double engine or trouble engine, right? That is the narrative on the ground. But thank you very much, all of you all. In the spirit of the discussion today, Jai Bajrang Bali. Thank you very much.
Bajrang Bali.
Thank you for joining us. That's all the time we have in this edition of The Big Fight. News continues on the other side. Stay with us.